Heyo and hello, I'm ter-teir, and before we start today, let's address the me-sized elephant here. What do you guys think of my new look? I was tired of being boring old me. I'm still the same old ter-teir, but look at me now. I'm a little witch wizard. I can't wait to keep making content with this model. But with all that said, let me regale you with the tale of how I learned to color. I think I really started to understand color when I started to limit myself. Now, I know that sounds a little backwards to say, but trust me, okay? I would go to Pinterest and I would just take any color palette or randomize my own online, and then I would apply it to my art. I think it helped me to understand where to place each value and how to make others pop more in art. After you feel more comfortable with your colors, draw new things with color palettes as a suggestion. Look at references as well as the values, where they went, and what made it so appealing. Like, what in your reference made those colors work so very, very well together? Take the time to learn what colors work well with each other in your style. It's really all about learning these things. How are they going to interact with each other in your style? Are brighter colors going to have more power? Are certain things going to have less color in them? Like, oh, are leaves in my style going to be a little duller because I have such bright colors? It's all about learning what values really work for you. Then, once you've gotten comfortable with all of that junk, throw yourself in. Throw yourself into art. Don't look at the color picker. Don't bring up color palettes. Try to just use your brain. Just doodle anything. Just throw out color palettes straight off the top of your head and try to apply that to work. Throw yourself in until you can feel comfortable. And that's how I learned to color. I made it a challenge. I went through these stages that I've explained here. Now, that may sound a little difficult for some of you, but you could simplify this. You could make it a longer step program where you could just do what you want. In the end, I am not the overall seer of all of your art. I'm gonna be like, oh, those colors suck. It's like, oh, what did you do this? No, it's just about learning. Now, obviously, with my otter way of learning how to color, I obviously ignored some tips I got. And one of those tips is really good for most styles, but it just didn't work for me. That tip is choose two main dull colors for your art and then one bright color. And what the point of this is trying to make you have a more cohesive color palette where you have two duller colors that are working well with each other, and then one brighter color to draw attention to something. Like maybe your hair, maybe the eyes of the art. Maybe you want to bring attention to something. But with my chibi, very oversaturated style, that's just never gonna work for me. It's just not. And that's why I ignored such a great tip. Because I need those bright and snappy colors. And there are ways to make it cohesive without making everything duller in the process. But still, great tip. If your art style is not oversaturated, please use that tip. On to the next clip. Now, I personally have mixed feelings about this tip because it's generally something that is kind of good, but also I don't like it being enforced too harshly on new artists, especially. And that tip is don't color pick your reference. And I get that. The point is to have you look at it with your eyeballs and take on from that. And yeah, do it. Look at stuff with your eyeballs. But sometimes you just need to color pick it and then move around the little scale to see, oh, how's this color gonna work for me? How am I gonna make this look a little more saturated, a little more desaturated? And sometimes you need to be at that exact little pixel. Now, don't get me mixed up here. I'm not saying to copy your reference pixel by pixel. No. I'm saying is if you have to color pick to get a better color for your art, and it's only like 1 to 2 here and there, you're good. Do it. And shifting it around in the color wheel, personally, I think can help you learn colors better. Well, we have reached the end of this video, but before we part ways, I would like to ask y'all if you're interested in me covering art drama, like the Obo Neko situation right now. Now, I have thought it over and I think I would be interested in not only covering art opinions and what's better in art, what this versus this, maybe I want to get into a little drama. Let me know down below. Maybe hit subscribe button on your screen on your way. Hey, maybe even like. But for now, that's it. Toodaloo! Now for the next tip. I personally, yeah. God dang it, this script so for the me-sized elephant. Me-sized elephant? What? Why did I write it like that? Choose two main dulo. Oh my god.